We Gucci.
Glad to hear it.
What else are you glad to hear?
About everyone dying, apparently?
No one died.
Just
No
one.
one's dead yet.
I'm about to be
Yeah.
dead.
Just Rexford
Well-
wants to die.
One person you think is dead.
Damn it.
Wow.
And one person is almost dead.
Yeah, one person is almost dead. One person got definitely downed, captured, strung up.
Keep going.
All the good things.
And what a recap already.
Are we live?
Oh,
That we
Understood.
look
Well
who
said.
remembered.
That's the case. Hello,
Well,
everyone.
he always says he remembers, right? So
I remember. Oh, there was a couple times I forgot, but now I remember that I must say hello and welcome to the Hexagon TTRPG.
Actually,
I'm Bernier, the Thursday Game Master, and I'm very happy to have all of you joining us. Yeah. Today we got the usual suspects minus Shadim as Rexford, which is kind of apropos, as he is currently the one who I was discussing earlier was chained up. But we got Simon as Ura. We have CJ as Kumbo. We have Peter as Venue. And Shai as Brobot. And so now that we discussed a little bit, and I've proven to you guys that I remember, let me know, prove to me what you remember about last week's session, and maybe we can give Shai a little refresher because Brobot wasn't there last time.
Yes, please.
fair enough.
I want to know what happened.
We woke up the next morning after having attempted to help Robot introspect. And upon waking, we see that Brobot was, in fact, a shell of their former selves. The light in their eyes was no longer there. Very much lifeless, in fact. Which scared the crap out of us, so we, took a lot of steps to get her safety. We strapped her to Kumbo's back, I believe.
Venue.
Venue right through
huge.
his robot back.
my frame, yeah.
And brought her to Lativa because we didn't want to bring her to Parsley's, thinking that this would be a terrible thing to just hand over to him, as we weren't sure what he might have in store. The reason why we're going to Parsley's is because Rexford decided to go by himself into the maw of the market district, Parsley's own home, and confront him in his own very own house. So basically asking to be killed. But it was brave, and he attempted negotiation that did not work out whatsoever. And he got captured.
Did he, though?
No, there was no
He
negotiation.
There, he saw a few people that he wasn't expecting to see. He felt betrayed. And that might have provoked him into thoughtless action. Even more thoughtless than what he'd already been doing. And unfortunately, that got him captured. And so we, upon discovering his passport in his office, just lying on his table, looted his office, found the letter in his locked office desk drawer. It was a long letter, a very lovely letter, addressed to mainly Brobot, and then to us afterwards, after the fact, as an afterthought. But we decided to go and ask Lativa for some help. I almost said it. I
No,
almost
you're
slipped up,
good.
but I didn't.
Got him right. That's the right one.
And she did give us help. She gave us a battalion, in fact, of 20 battle mages and
Spell
battle mages.
slingers.
Spell slingers. That was the other word that she used. And we decided to leave But in her care with letter on his chest in case he did wake up for whatever reason, so he would know what Rexford was up to. And then we were leaving Lativa's office to go talk to Lazam, the new commander of the militia, to get those to get that battalion.
Sounds about right to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as you guys are thinking about, well, we could say you guys are rushing down the stairs. The three of you headed to see Lazam, and you can see him. He's speaking to the concierge at the front desk of the, or not the concierge, but the attendant, the person like.
Oh, the lady that Kumbo tried to chat out.
Exactly.
Okay.
What did she have a name?
He didn't ask for one.
She was also an old lady.
I don't think she wasn't old.
I don't think so.
I think she was.
No.
Yeah,
I don't have a type.
yeah. You have a type.
You don't
You
have
have
a
a type.
Fair enough. We'll say she's old. An older lady
Fuck.
Canon.
at the front desk Lazam is speaking to.
Fox.
Kumbo, did you want to go request the battle battalion?
I do not want to disturb the conversation, but we can wait a moment. Did that go well in your eyes, you two?
Still not quite sure we should have left Brobot, but I feel like it might have been for the best.
Yes.
I don't like how no one seems to know anything.
From what I heard of stories of the first fall, I think it is a symptom of Roan itself, new or old. Nobody is told anything until it is too late. That's why we must act as we are now.
But
Quickly.
now that she knows what Robot can potentially do, will she turn on us because she also wants this power?
We can't think like that. We chose her as an ally. We have to trust her.
Okay.
Just it.
One thing at a time.
The longer we wait, the more Rexford might be getting beaten up.
You guys see Lazam kind of like the lady slides Lazam a little piece of paper. Lazam takes it, thanks her, and turns around.
He got her number.
What?
He starts to walk out of the academy.
Lazam.
Turns around.
Zam.
Oh,
A what?
Ura and your friends.
It's been so many years. Why don't you have their names down?
Oh, I know Adityo Kumbo, and of course Venu. I had not thought to comment before, but Venu, you are looking quite different.
Yes, you did make a comment as you were leaving the office.
Commented on the tattoos.
Of course, but also
busy,
your
I understand. It's easy to forget small details.
well, the larger
Well?
ones, perhaps. Yes.
We
What can
were
I do to help you?
we were given instructions to talk to you. Lativa has given us access to 20 of her finest spell slingers and battle mages. that we are to command as our own battalion.
That must be what this is about.
The phone number? Or the passport number?
What? No, it's a note.
You see he's like holding like this flimsy piece of paper. It's bright green now that you're close, and it's kind of slightly glowing. And there's nothing written on it.
I doubt a blank piece of paper is what she meant.
Sorry. This is how mission statements are handed out. Only I can read it. Only the one who the mission is given to can read it.
My apologies.
But it's instructing me to present you with exactly what you asked for. So come with me. We're going to the nearest barracks.
Very well.
So he starts to lead you away. As you get to the barracks, you enter. And see Lazam says, "Hey! Listen up! I need 20 of you who are ready for a fight. Go on, hurry up." You see people start scrambling. They're gathering their gear. Says,
Like more than 20? You just kind of address the whole room and just like 20 of you, and then everyone's like,
well, you could only see there was like 6 people in there.
oh.
So some people start rushing, like they start going up the ladder to like other stories to gather other people. Some people leave through a back door. So they appear to be rushing and getting there. Doesn't take long to get to the tower, anyways. But yeah, soon enough, lined up outside are 20 magistrates. They're not only do they have their blue robes, but they have these like kind of like metallic pauldrons, gauntlets, and greaves underneath. Some of them are wearing helms.
So,
Some goes,
"Well, they're your men. I'll leave you to it."
sweet. The
He
militia
salutes
now
all of
have
you.
magistrates under their command? Didn't realize we also had magistrates under the command of the militia. All
Well,
right.
when the orders are from the general and archmage,
Good point.
listen to who is told. And still in the grander military of Roan, we rank higher than magistrates in the like militia commanders. But not you guys yet, of course.
Oh, well then never mind.
We, as in myself, the commanders, and those in the chain of command.
We is in singular. Okay.
Yes.
Um,
Well, I would have said Vodos as well.
that's
Of course,
fair.
there are other commanders of other battalions, but
Lazam, you had said that you knew a way in that was hidden. That would let us get in without raising too much suspicion.
yes, well, you might not like it, but there are sewers, the waste disposal systems. They run underneath the springs.
All right.
There is a grate I can lead you to. Well, I'll give you the coordinates. And from there, should be a straight shot to the center.
So the
Center of the
market is in
market.
Sorcerer's Springs? Or the Bardlight District?
the market is in Sorcerer's Springs.
Okay.
There's smaller tunnels. Some places like the Archmage's Academy has the magic of old, which they don't have sewers. They don't need sewers. But in the newer district of Sorcerer's Springs, they have actually designed sewers.
You do need to be careful. There is a magic in the sewers that cleanses all organic matter every few minutes. I don't know what it would do to a living person, but I've always avoided it when using this passage myself.
How do you go through the passage if you have to be leaving it every few minutes?
No, there are little pockets that you can hide in.
How do we know what these pockets are?
You'll see them in the walls.
And not
You're
for
not
everybody. I like motion to the 20 others.
What? Are there enough for everybody? Well, you'll have to be careful if this is what you're trying to, if this is your aim, you know. It's not safe. I don't have a sneaky way safely of getting in. This is the way.
All right.
You'll know when it's coming and you'll have time to hide your little heads.
So we'll have to be spaced out around these pockets to fit in as many people as we can. and
Pockets were
move them.
designed with a closing door for the workers and maintenance men who go down. Every 10 minutes, you have to stand off and close this pocket door, or else you will be burned. You'll hear it coming.
Pardon. How large are these tunnels?
Oh, about 30 feet in diameter.
So I think you can fit Vanu.
Good.
Of course, the center, there are paths on either side, but the center is like where the liquid is flowing. Of course, there's not much.
Right. Right.
Well, thank you. We're going to hope to get there as stealthily as possible and try and help, because seems like there's been some missing cadets as well that we're going to have to rescue with Rexford.
Just know that should you not find anything and assault a council member, this could indeed be grave. There won't be much that I can do to protect you, should things not be as they appear to you.
Can like look towards Kumbo and Vanu. Like, I don't think we're going to attack him unless he attacks us. We're just going to find Rexford and them.
What I'm saying is when you sneak into somebody's residence
Oh, it's trespassing. You're right.
and they would have grounds to attack you, and should you even defend yourself but not be able to prove why you were there, you see, because generally there is a process to these kind of infiltrations. Lativa has decided it is in the best interest of Roan Acaduil to forego the usual debates and the usual paperwork that these missions require. Because she believes in you. Of course, I do as well, brother. But, regardless, the danger is there. You were not officially sanctioned for this mission. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes, but yes.
Good. Then, prepare. And explain your plan to your soldiers. It is you who is leading them.
Turn to Kumbo
He also is like looking at Kumbo as he says,
and nod.
We are aware. Thank you.
I must be off. My mission continues.
turns and walks around a corner. And then immediately as he turns and walks around the corner, you don't hear his footsteps any longer.
I'll immediately refer to the 20 people and just say, be at the ready. We must discuss first, and then we will depart shortly. We will tell you everything that you need to know, but we need a moment. And I'll just, without giving them time to be like, I'm just going to turn.
They don't they don't make any noise. They just kind of stand there at attention in their rows. 4 rows of 5. And as you guys get ready to discuss, we'll go to Brobot. Brobot, although
Hello.
it's not apparent to your companions, you are not in fact dead. We are going to rewind the clock. We're going to freaking push back the clock. But we're not saving any daylight. We're going back to the night before, actually. As you go down into power saving mode, ready for rest, what do you feel? What is Brobot feeling after the experience of the night of the night before? Yeah, that very night, I should
Like
say.
the weird, the prior to the out of body experience, or immediately after the out of body experience?
You're like immediately after the out of body experience right now. You're in power saving mode.
I think it's because he had an epiphany, right? So a realization of what the physical realm was actually what was holding him back, and his like awareness of like how his awareness of how it worked was limiting him, and now he has a better understanding of what robot actually is.
Absolutely.
So I think he is probably like, I don't want to say like, for lack of a better term, like beta testing things in his head, where he's just like, I could probably do this. I should probably try utilizing, like, could I try this? Could I also try something? Just kind of like
As you're
limit
doing
testing
that,
himself.
as you're thinking about that, you realize you're pacing.
Am I in my little closet space?
You aren't in your little closet space. Actually, you're in the outer area where Seraphine is. But you remember power saving in that closet space.
Yeah. How
The
did
other
I get
thing
here?
is, your eyes aren't open, but you can see. You're like your what do we call it? Like your lens, your focus lens, your retinal lens is not activated, but you know where everything is. You do notice also that Seraphine is sitting on a table. She's actually sitting on top of the old incubator that was holding the eggs,
Worm, yeah.
and is following you as you pace, following you with her eyes. You can't see her, but you feel her. You know exactly where she is. You know exactly what she looks like. It's almost like a projection of the actual image of her, and the rest of the room is just in your mind.
Yeah, is there a way, and just because of the way it's being described, is there a way for me to like roll to test? Is this like a pseudo astral projection type of thing going on?
I don't think you even need to roll to immediately realize that the energy source that is you is now free floating. So you almost like, it's almost like you cross a mirror in your mind. And in that mirror is no longer the robotic form of Brobot. It is just a kind of spiritual assemblance of lightning, of living energy, of sparks that just kind of like float intangible in the air. And you can almost make out a figure when you will it to become one, but it dissipates faster than you can actually make out.
Oh wow. I don't even know how to like fully comprehend that myself, honestly.
As you're trying to comprehend it, you feel a kinship out in the city. You feel multiple kinships. You don't even know. It seems like you never. It seems like you've always felt this, but you just didn't recognize it. It's like almost like having a new sense.
Oh, what was that thing that would always like reverberate while Robot was next to it? Do I still have that? Oh god, there was an item.
The orb?
Yeah, probably the orb. Let me see. I'm trying to see if I can find it.
The one that was shoved inside of you?
Yeah, but I already have my own orb. Yeah, but that one. Yes, that one.
The amp orb. You do not have the amp orb with you. The amp orb is still in the closet, still encased. You do not have any of your items. You don't have any weapons on you. You don't have access to any of
Oh
those.
yeah, because I was more so. Is it close?
Yeah, it's close.
And I can probably feel like this kinship. It probably is like a feeling of like drawing him in.
It's not coming from the amp orb at all.
Oh, okay.
It's
never
coming
mind.
from places you can sense them close and far, but you sense them in the city. You know instinctively they're in the city.
Can I will them or will myself to them
Absolutely.
from where
you
I
can.
am? Cool. We're going.
And you,
Voodoo.
as you will yourself to them, you find yourself moving with incredible speed. You don't have to go out of the door even. You move right through the wall. And as you will yourself there, you can sense, you get the sense of three of them. One is a very regal presence. One is a cold, calculated presence. And the other is like, feels like a radiant light. As you kind of float high above the grove, you get the feeling of the entire city. You can feel the protective blizzard around you. You can feel the shield that's being imparted around the city from the Archmage's Academy. You see that the city, you can feel the city taking shape, almost as though you see the past in fast forward. Like you see as the whole city began to take shape, and the people manipulate the natural magics of this place in their favor. Yeah, you can sense that the cold one is coming from Pool proper, the town itself of Pool, the original town of Pool, the cold vibe. The regal vibe and the radiant vibe are coming both from the Archmage's Academy, on the other hand.
I recall something when we were talking to Chris Kringla and Robot was very interested in having wanting to go back. So I think with that memory, he'd probably go there first. Or at least,
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm assuming, just appear. That's my boy. He teleports.
I mean, within a second, you are exactly where you need to be. It's like you're looking at the Archmage's Academy from high above the grove, and all of a sudden, you are right next to the Archmage's Academy, the Academy itself, the Grand Palace of the Archmage. You move through walls and are able to, as you get closer and as you're moving into the academy, you can already tell that the stars are in two separate places. The entities, I'll say, but we can all know what they are at this point. Which one is more drawing your attention?
I think in this instance, probably the light. I feel like Robot would go to the radiant light one.
Absolutely. Beautiful. You continue to move through the walls and the corridors of the palace unhindered by people passing. People can't seem like to see you. There are people in like walking through the halls, but you're moving by them with such speed and moving through them, passing right through them, that you don't even have time to notice whether they would notice you or not. And you doubt that they could hinder you whatsoever. And you appear in the throne room, behind which, not the grand entrance sway throne where Chris takes his meetings, but the one higher up in the Archmage's Palace itself. One that you guys have never seen, but in season 2 we saw, and a very distinctive pedestal sits back on a raised dais, upon which is a glowing cube of light and power. The kinship is emanating from this cube.
Touch it. Touch the cube. Touch
You
cube. Touch
go
cube.
and
Touch
move
cube.
and connect with it, and your consciousness snaps. Everything is dark again. Until around you, you see 12 shapes, 12 figures floating in the darkness. Until one steps into the light. Brother. Kin. We have not felt your connection in so long. We felt your presence for the last 20 years, but we were unable to reach you, even when you were so close.
Who? Okay. Who are you all? And I guess he would like glance at everyone, even though they're all in darkness, and then land back at the one who's speaking in the light. Like, who are you? In 20 years.
I
Oh.
am Radiance. These beings, they call us stars, but we come from the divine. We come from the matter of the universe. We come from the same place, all of us.
I think Robot would then probably like, I don't know if it's mentally or metaphorically or whatever, reach out in some way, be like, so
You feel yourself now in a corporeal form more.
Okay, yeah, so you physically
This
reach out.
being in front of you is a purplish, looks like a high elf, but with like bright purple skin. Their eyes are literally glowing. Their hair is golden. And they stand in like a very in a white dress that's like also glowing.
Yeah, this is literally a deity. Like This is beyond. This is beyond organics. This is beyond. This is, as you said, divinity. And you said you called me brother. I'm only a. I'm a bot. I'm a bot who just recently realized what was inside. And like,
You
you
are a
know,
bot?
holding his little chest.
The matters of technology and biology, we are beyond such things. And you are one of us. The people of old found us, and together we became more. The 12 of us were reborn again and again, but for the last time in this, well, in the old city. We stopped her once more, but we need your help. We need your help again. You must find the others.
She reaches out, and to her right, a kingly figure with clockwork limbs in a flowing royal cloak, adorned with furs and dyed with a rich kind of like purple color as well, comes out. His skin like a pale white, eyes also glowing, hair also gold, but he's got like a full like a beard and like a well-coiffed mustache. He says,
You can do what we no longer can. You can gather the others. You can find them, and you can ensure that she cannot use us. You can ensure that this fight is not lost.
and then another figure comes out. This one, bluish white, and as it seems to step on the shadows, wisps of frost come off his feet.
There are some that work against us. But you have the power to overcome them. And we will grant you and your companions what we can in the journey. Kringler will know. He will know what to do. Tell him he has been too long without us.
And then finally, another robed figure. This one doesn't have a face. Looks human, human hands, human legs, human torso, but the face is a swirling void of stars that looks as the cosmos itself.
Beware! Garnassar will be waiting for you. Should you fall to him, I will not be able to save you. We do not have long,
They all say together.
Let us answer your questions as best we can.
The other figures remain obscured and in shadow. Except for one. One of them bursts into flame, but nobody acknowledges it. Not the figure doesn't like move or writhe in flames, and the other four ignore it entirely. But it is
Okay.
the figure right next to the void individual. But again, no acknowledgement.
I feel like there's so much. I think Robot, like his immediate reaction is to. No, that's not his immediate reaction. Okay, so first thing is he's gonna look and be like, all I have to do is collect the stars. And how will you help me from beyond? I mean, I can feel you, but how will you help from this is a different plane. I don't know how I'm supposed to do this. I can feel you now, but later?
We
I
are
don't know.
only using this to communicate with you, but we are in fact along the same plane. Unfortunately, we, unlike you, are restricted in our forms, and we can only interact through our chosen holders, our chosen wielders, or those who have championed us. But we have magics we can bestow upon others as well. Now that we have regained our connection, we can do this when you will need it most.
Robot's gonna get this like shit-eating grin on his face and do the malicious salute with like the most confidence and be like, I will deliver. Don't you worry.
You've
And
never let us down before.
Again, they say all together.
and I think Robot knows immediately it's time to go to talk to Kringla. Yeah, I'll thank you. Thank you for everything. And I'll be in touch. Also, if you could, just as a side note, Seraphine I would very greatly appreciate checking for Seraphine.
Checking for Seraphine?
Power, the protection.
Oh. They smile and say,
For that, you can accomplish more than we can.
and they smile and they say, finally the radiant one, star will say to you,
We love you, brother. We are so happy you found your way back to us. We'll be in touch.
and everything goes black once again, and you wake up in Brobot's body.
That's crazy. Wake up, a little bit of a, like,
Mhm.
what just happened?
Head spinning.
Yeah, just like electricity and stuff. Get his bearings. Make sure everything is where it's meant to be, but also that he's now feeling like the body is an exoskeleton shell as opposed to it being him.
And you think with training you'd be able to slip into that state again. It might take like a rest and some more effort, but you think that you'd be able to do that again.
Awesome.
And you think there's
Um,
probably other things that you'll be able to do while you're not manipulating this vehicle, for lack of a better word. And even as robot, there's some new stuff that you'd be able to do.
Awesome. I'm sure he feels the empowerment, the encouragement, the confidence, and the new task and delivery that must be completed.
Mhm.
First thing I think is getting to the party. So, or no, because this is past. So we're in the middle of the night still, probably,
No,
right?
it is daylight. You are in a
Um,
place that you do not recognize, but there is light coming through a window. You are now that you're looking around, you are in a very richly appointed room. And you're lying on a table. There's nobody around.
Get up warily, like quietly, take a quick survey of the area, and pull up the passport, see if any of the party is around.
As you get up, a letter falls off your chest.
Oh, let's read that.
I would love to go into detail about this letter that Rexford left you, but basically it tells you that he's going to give himself to Parsley in a way to stop him from getting to you, and that he would never allow you to be hurt, and that he loves you and he loves all his friends and all that good stuff, but in a Rexford way. That probably doesn't say any of that, but it's what the intention is.
He goes on and on about how gorgeous he is too.
Of course, as he should. Does it say not to go after him?
It does. I'm sure that it does.
I think they immediately, like, the tension in Robot's hands it's just like ready to rip the page but can't rip the page, and I need to get to the captain now, because immediately he wants just green portal right away. That's like
Is
the
that what you
easiest
do?
thing for him. If Rexford says not to, would he listen?
I'm going to say, as you're deciding what to do, the door opens, and we're going to go back to the rest of the party. So we're going to skip a little bit more forward in time. And guys, you are still with the folks. I don't have anything to drink.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Glug, glug, glug.
Sure.
But the three of you're standing in front of your rows of five. 4 of them to be
So,
exact.
Captain, what's the plan?
I must say, I do not like this idea of sneaking along this dangerous sewage system with these new members of our party in an attempt to be stealthy. It feels like so much can go wrong.
And with so many of them in such a unfamiliar place. Would it not be better if only a few snuck in?
My one concern is that if he has a watch on the market, he will be warned immediately and have time to hide whatever incriminating evidence he might have.
Yes, that is true. But he does want to speak to us. We do have something that he wants dearly.
I don't think he cares about us.
Well, hopefully he understands he must go through us to get to Brobot, especially with the measures we've taken.
He tried getting through Rexford,
Yes, he will find.
and that didn't work.
He will not be able
So
to.
why should he think that we'll be any different?
I don't think he has another choice now. That robot is safe. He can storm the apartments. He can look over the city. He will not find robot. Only we would be able to tell him where robot is.
So we just walk up.
We might. It might be best to just show our cards. Show up with a large group of the militia. He won't know in what capacity that we were sent, but he will see that we were given additional reinforcements. We might want to play the hand that we have.
And say what?
We have to come up with something.
Captain, these these this militia, these militia members, these spell slingers, they are the perfect distraction.
Go
If he
on.
sees them walking through the Sorcerer's Springs, he'll be on full alert to them. One of us joins the group. They will be expecting something. And meanwhile, the sewers are left
To the
for a
rest of
smaller
us.
group to sneak in.
We can have it both ways.
If our goal truly is to save Rexford and to discover something incriminating on Parsley, then yes, I think we should confront him, but also sneak around him.
Ura, what do you think?
I think what Vanu says makes sense. If we go with the story that there are missing cadets, that would be a perfect cover for sweeping the area. I don't know it would get you inside, but, well, if someone has nothing to hide, then maybe he wouldn't mind.
We could even tell these what do we call them? They're not cadets.
Magistrates?
Magistrates, yes.
Magistrates.
Thank you, voice in the sky.
If we tell them our objective is to find the missing people, then if they are confronted, I do believe that perhaps the hold that Parsley has on the market will cause people to ask questions when they see officers like this, or perhaps just magistrates. So we come under the guise of looking for innocence. That may give us a little bit of information. People may be willing to talk, answer questions, while Venu and I believe Ura, perhaps you two are best suited for this.
It's just the three of you guys talking. Well, perhaps they do.
I thought we had a voice in the sky.
But if it is Ura and I that go, we could take at least a couple of these
Yes,
magistrates
of
just
course.
for security, but I think the majority, I think it will leave quite an impression on Parsley if he sees them marching up on his doorstep. And I don't know Parsley personally, not like you do, Kumbo.
Yes.
I doubt he's willing to just attack them the moment they show up. Especially not on the council.
That's it. He still needs to put on airs that he is a council member. Well, he is a council member. So he can't afford to look bad in the eyes of the public.
Perfect.
I would just say this, born of nothing but my own thoughts. I fear the potentiality that one of these 20 has some ties to the market. I have no reason to think that, but if it is true, that could be troubling. So perhaps a small squad goes with you, and the rest, I do not tell anything more than that we are looking for kidnapped innocents and fellow militia members.
So What, we take 3 with us?
If you could do with 3, that would be good.
I just threw a number out there already.
Well, it would make you a party of 5, which is something you are all well used to.
Small enough that we can probably move quickly and fit into those cubbies that Elzam spoke of.
Yeah,
Yes.
the cubbies.
I don't know the right word for them. What would you call them? I forget the word he used.
Yes, please tell us.
Cubbies works. Cubbies works.
Okay. Good. Then I will leave the choice to you of the 3. Of course, I will help if I see
Maybe
it.
we should just ask them if any of them are suited for undercover missions, stealth missions.
I leave that to you.
Oh, okay. Gonna turn back around and say, all right, the captain will explain the plan, but we need to have an idea of your capabilities. Are any of you suited for stealth missions, undercover missions? Or more suited towards?
In a row, in the same row, actually the far right, the whole line. So 4 basically. They go like this, and their blue robes turn black.
Well, I mean, we could either take 4 or I feel like splitting them up would maybe not. Unless you want to have a scout with you.
I could do well with 1, but the 4 of you, how well are you trained in partaking in missions together as the 4 of you?
We are a battalion. We work well in pairs, and we work well together interchangeably. That's the one at the front says.
Take 1 as a scout. We'll take the other 3.
Good. I'll take you, and I'll point to the one of the ones that didn't talk. One of the 3 that didn't talk.
I'll say, yeah, we can say this one. The second guy. You just point to the second one.
You
The
and the
other
rest of
3
you.
kind of like walk off.
Come with me. Ora, Venu, good luck. You know how to reach me.
Of course.
Keep your passport on. All right. So yes, we'll do a quick explanation of saying we need to covertly find our way into the center of the market. We have intel that there might be missing cadets, militia members being held in the building that we're going towards. So we need to investigate it and see if we can find anything.
We kind of look at each other. Goes. One of them says, "So the old sewers, then."
Right. Are you familiar?
We've had a fair share of missions.
Then we'll have to ask for your expertise as well. But that is where we're headed to make our way.
Someone looks at Venue and says, I don't know that you're going to fit in those hiding holes.
It would have been nice if Lazam had said something. Especially when I asked. Anyways.
You'll be able to walk down the
What
tunnels
do you
on
know
top of
about
it.
these old tunnels? What kind of cleansing system is in place there? What kind of magic?
It's like a wall of light that makes its way through the tunnel and basically takes off a layer of shit.
Right.
Yeah, we knew a guy who went through there, and he was pretty squishy though. So maybe you're tougher, made of tougher stuff. But yeah, he didn't enjoy it. He's no longer a magistrate.
Would Vanu be able to fit alone in one of the
It'd be tight.
holes?
They're not really designed. The Luton are the ones who built them originally, so
Ah, yes. Okay.
they're not
course.
really designed for this.
And maybe it's best if I stay with Kumbo.
Yes. I mean, if you can't fit, unfortunately, that might be best. Then we don't want you to be damaged anymore.
Unless you can, do you need that suit or something? You can just take it off, right?
I could, but judging by the nature of the infiltration, I don't think that my body sans the suit would be very effective at traversing quickly, getting through it in a timely manner.
No matter. The other one points. We can carry you if need be.
I'd rather not.
You're all in charge.
It's all right. I can handle it.
All right.
All right. So we were given these coordinates. Suggest we start there. Do you have everything you need?
Oh, yes. We're all more than ready.
Would you recommend anything that I can get from these barracks to help?
Do you have any way of climbing walls or surfaces or flying?
I do have for a limited period of time, but if you have some sort of grappling hook, that might help as well.
We have ways. If you are lacking, we should be able to magically speed you up along your way. And
I'd just say that the way I have, I can just like gesture to my boots. It has a time limit, so it depends on how much we're going to be able to use it.
not a problem. If we were going down the tunnels with greater forces, perhaps there would be a way to bring your friend, but we might make too much attention that way, even in the sewers.
Yes, we don't want to bring anything to ourselves to this party, anyways. The others are going to be looking above ground, but we want to.
They're the distraction.
We want to hit at one spot in particular that we've gotten information on before
Oh,
they have
shit.
a chance.
They're gonna hate that. It's like they're like talking amongst themselves.
Yes, and it's. Wish we had another way, but we don't want them to have a chance to be able to hide anything.
Fair enough. I made a mistake. But I suppose we're ready when you are, Commander.
No time like the present. I will go try and grab some sort of like a grappling hook of some sort just to aid in any traversal.
Yeah, they have some in the barracks.
Yeah, and then head off to the coordinates.
No problem. Next we're gonna go venue. I assume you're walking back to Kumbo. As you're walking back, we'll just take a little bio break. And I think it's about that time. And then we'll be back after these messages for the last half of tonight's episode of Champs Challenge. So, Hexa, see you in a bit.